dan kita menjadi followers. Dan setelah itu saya melakukan banyak perjalanan, dan perjalanan paling penting bagi saya adalah perjalanan ke Tibet. Bersama teman-teman saya arsitek, ada Kris Warnoko, Jai Subiakto, dan teman saya seniman Enrico Soekarno. Sekembalinya dari Tibet, kami membuat buku namanya Tibet di Otak. Dan kami secara iseng-iseng minta Dalai Lama kasih kata sambutan. Dan ternyata kata sambutannya itu dijawab dengan waktu singkat. Yang mulia Dalai Lama, kami baru saja berkunjung ke negeri Anda. Negeri Anda sungguh indah dan menginspirasi, tapi tidak banyak bangsa kami, bangsa Indonesia, yang mengenal negeri Anda. Kami ingin menceritakan negeri Anda dari kacamata kami, kacamata orang Indonesia. Karena bagi kami, negeri Anda seperti sebuah legenda atau negeri dongeng. Jawaban Dalai Lama, walaupun tidak banyak orang Indonesia yang mengenal negeri kami, tapi dari dahulu, bangsa kami selalu mengenang Indonesia. Melalui pendiri kami, seorang guru besar agama Buddha berasal dari India bernama Atisa Dipangkara, sebelum mendirikan negeri Tibet telah berguru pada seorang lama, dan lama ini bernama Lama Serlingpa. Serlingpa kurang lebih artinya adalah Swarna Dwipa. Swarna Dwipa adalah pulau emas Sumatera. Dan Lama Serlingpa ini ada di dalam masa kerajaan Sriwijaya, dan dia bernama Dharmakirti. Jadi peristiwa itu selalu diceritakan kepada semua murid-murid Buddha yang ada di Tibet. Jadi dari dahulu sampai sekarang tidak ada orang Tibet yang tidak mengenal Indonesia. Dan ini sangat memalukan bagi saya. Oh, ternyata saya sendiri nggak tahu siapa itu Dharmakirti. Artinya kita melupakan sejarah kita sendiri.
Yuri Lina, in his book, Architects of Deception, The Concealed History of Freemasonry, published in Sweden 2004 writes that the history of Indonesia is not original history because it has been bent or obscured by the Dutch. There are three ways to weaken and colonize a country. 1. Blur the history. 2. Destroy the historical evidence so that it cannot be proven. 3. Disconnect them from their ancestors, saying that their ancestors were stupid and primitive. The anti-colonial French thinker, Frantz Fanon, describes how colonialism destroyed the culture and character of the people, and as a result, the people in the colonies were left in intellectual confusion, losing their true identity. The attempt to fool the people of the archipelago was the biggest crime the Dutch had against this nation, Indonesia, among which were writing and recording history. While this nation failed to reconstruct the history of its ancestors, stuttering, read the physical evidence that was clear in front of the eye. Only clever to agree with the history that was written, only based in the guess of Dutch philologists. Leiden University Chancellor Karel Stolker said, "There are 26,000 ancient manuscripts belonging to Indonesia in Leiden, if arranged according to thickness. Length can reach 12 kilometers. The Leiden Library is the most comprehensive library about Indonesia in the world. The National Library of Indonesia alone collects only 10.3 thousand ancient manuscripts. The Dutch here have succeeded in making us blind, who are the true ancestors of the Indonesian nation. There are many irregularities that compel us to withdraw all the ancient documents belonging to our ancestors from the Netherlands. Revising the historical record of this nation, Indonesia. Reconstruct rewrites correctly, and don't just follow all the written records based in the colonial point of view. What is written does not match the facts and writes backwards. Make as if we are a nation of importers of other cultures. The most basic other thing is the biggest mistake in writing Indonesian history, namely, counting the beginning of the Saka year, which began in 78 AD, so that lost or omitted our history before that year. The next confusion is that the pre-Islamic kingdom in the archipelago is called or written, as well as that the website is based on teachings born in India, Hinduism or Buddhism, without any academic research basis. Check out the clarification. In the figure, the bas-relief of Borobudur is closed on panel No. 43. Depicted a building with a typical archipelago roof. The inscription on the edge of the frame reads, Mahetsakya. The word, Mahachakya, means, great power, or the people who have great power, Kakya, or Kaka, Saka, Aryan. These are our ancestors in the Indonesian archipelago, scattered hundreds of inscriptions with the date of Kaka, Saka. These, Saka, were the ones who conquered King Salivahana in AD 78. The meaning: the Saka existed long before 78 AD. Mahachakya, Kakya, Shitya, Saka, Aryan are the ancestors of the Indonesian archipelago earlier developed. The greatest contribution of the Saka or Aryans to civilization was the introduction of the concept of Dharma. This is the concept of the teachings of the archipelago's ancestors, which are depicted in Borobudur, starting in Swarnadvipa until now they are perfectly preserved in Bali. The ancestors of the Indonesian nation, the Brahmin, was called by European historians as Brahmanism before Veda was written down. They are the Saka of the Aryans, who brought their Dharmic original teachings outside the archipelago, which underlies the birth of Buddhism, Hinduism and Jainism in India. His teaching, Dharma, was taken outside the archipelago, recorded in the bas-reliefs of Borobudur with the literary text of the word, Kusala Dharmabhajana. Meaning, the teachings depicted on websites throughout the archipelago include Borobudur, which is not and is not based on two teachings born in India, Hinduism or Buddhism. But the teachings that are depicted all over the site and stored in Bali were originally studied in Swarnadvipa, which underlies the birth of three teachings in India, namely Hinduism, Buddhism and Jainism. It is not true that the ancestors of the former Indonesian nation were primitive. The original Indonesian teaching, Dharmic original, was brought outside the archipelago, originally studied in Swarnadvipa, Sumatra, to be precise in an area that was once a landmark place of learning and education, namely the Muara Takus site. This is an area or place visited by pilgrims or Chinese students who come to study, record the teachings of our ancestors and then take them and develop them in their country. Not bringing the teachings of Buddhism and then spread it to the archipelago. Those Chinese students are Fa Huan 337422 ad. Sung Yun 518 to 521 AD. Haiyan Sang 602-664 ad. Wei Ning 664 AD 667 AD. I Sing 671 to 695 M. Atisa Dipamkara Shranyana, 1013 AD. The ancestors of the Indonesian archipelago, the Saka, the Brahmin, were referred to by European historians as Brahmanism before Veda was written in India. They are the Saka, the Aryans who brought their Dharmic original teachings outside the archipelago, which underlies the birth of Buddhism, Hinduism and Jainism in India. He is below present and recorded long after the Brahmin predecessors who brought Dharmic, or after Veda, written in India. Dharmadasa 700 to 620 BC. Dharmapala 670 to 580 BC. Sanjaya Balathapada 6 BC. Saraputra 568 to 484 BC. Swarnadvipa Dharmakirti 610 BC 520 BC. There were two names of the same Dharmakirti at different times. Kumarila Bhatta 1, 618 to 540 BC. Adi Sankara 569 to 537 BC. Sri Janayasa Dipunta Hayam 671 to 702 AD. Rishi Markandeya, 9th century AD. Swarnadvipa Dharmakirti, born into a Brahmin family from 610 BC to 520 BC. Dharmakirti was the nephew of Kumarila Bhatta 618 to 540 BC, lived in the matrilineal family system in Kadachuan, before being called Srivijaya. Here he carried out his major educational and learning processes, Dharmic, and his other sciences from his high-level masters. He was a student of the Dharmapala figure from 670 to 580 BC, born in a noble family from Swarnadvipa, Dharmapala was a student of Dharmadasa, became the leader of Nalanda in Indian Bihar. He was a Dharmakirti teacher. Before Dignaga died, Dharmakirti received ordination from him. During the period of Adi Sankara from 569 to 537 BC in an academic session, he defeated a new opinion about Dharmak, namely the new philosophical review of Buddhism, in the scholarly debate forum. From a book written by Samuel Beal in 1884, about the travel records of Xuanzang, Haiyan, Seng 602-664 Adan Fa Huan in 399 to 414 AD on the journey in Svarnadvipa recorded. After passing about 700 li, we crossed the river. On the side of the city is the old Sangharama, which has only the foundation walls. It is here that the Dharmapala Bodhisattva refutes the arguments of the heretics. In the place of the priests, there was a Sangharama built. Here they made a tower to honor Sariputra, Mudgalaputra, also to honor Abhidharma, Vinaya and Sutra. About the name Sariputra, book, Maha Prajnaparamita Sastra. The name of Sariputra and his teacher Sanjaya written by Nagarjuna in the Maha Prajnaparamita literature, namely a treatise on the virtue of wisdom. Also in the Divyavadana, p. 394, Sarvalokasya ya prajna stapayadva tathagatam, Sariputrasya prajnaya kalam narhati sodasim. Written. A Brahmin from Suvarnadvipa named Kin Fa Suvarnaksa, one of the 6 great non-Buddhist masters, Sanjaya. Sariputra he comes from Suvarnadvipa or Kin Chiohi was born in the Brahmin family. At the age of 17 he mastered all to the scientist, Veda. In Nalanda Bihar, India there is a stupa site called Sariputra, written sentences. Iri Nalanda Mahaviharya Arya Bhiksusamgasya. Literacy of the word Sariputra, it is clear that the name Nusantara is not India. Dharmakirti is one of the originators of the thought of philosophical logic. Also the main scientific theorist, atomism, who maintains that the only thing that is considered exist is a state of momentary consciousness. Dharmakirti's works are the 7 treatises on valid cognition. 1. Sambandha Parikshavarti, namely the science of analysis of relationships. 2. Pramanavaniskaya, is the establishment of the confession of validity. 3. Pramanavartikakarika Dignaga, is science, compendium of confession, validity. 4. Nyayabindu Prakarana, is the science of drop of reasoning. 5. Hetubindhanama Prakarana, essence and explanation of a drop of reason. 6. Samtanantarasiddhinamaprakarana, evidence from continuums and academic studies. 7. Vedanyāyanama Prakarana, science of reasoning and approach. Suvarnadvipa Dharmakirti, son of Mother Dui Duma or Rathna Dui Futi Trata, who lived in Svarnadipa, and when he was Amurta, in the grave in the northeast, 300 meters from the landmark site, Muaratakas, around him 6 buildings were built by his son. Svarnadvipa Dharmakirti, he is among the leading figures who carry the Dharmak teachings of the original Nusantara Pulsafal, located at 13 Koto Kampar, Riau, Sumatra, Indonesia. Sangharama, Dharma, Learning Center in Svarnadvipa, named Dharma Phala. Rajapala lineage Sailendra Balaputradua Svarnadvipa, established branch in Bihar, India, Nalanda, 427 AD. Sangharama Maha Tupa in Javadvipa Vana Chaka Phala is now published, named Borobudur. Borobudur, published based on Mahayana, India. Is it not true? When Bhikkhu Ashin Jinarakita came up with the idea of holding a national Trisuki Waisak ceremony at Borobudur on May 22, 1953. From now on, published, Borobudur based on Mahayana. Namo Aryatara, we are Arya. By Santosava.